What's up, everybody, and welcome to One Man's Opinion. And today, we're back at it with the epic rap battles of history. Epic rap battle of history. And today, we're looking at Harry Potter versus Luke Skywalker. I think I'm just going to start working my way down the line and seeing what they've released recently. So we've got this one up here today. Two characters I know a whole lot about, so I'm really excited to get into it. As always, strong language potential warning here because, you know, sometimes they go after each other on these channels and sometimes some things are said. So, you know, if you're sensitive to that kind of thing or if you got kids around, you know, there's your warning. But here we go. Let's adjust the volume real quick. Also, this is one of the Lego ones. I didn't mention that. But I will say, with the Lego ones, while I do love the live action ones, it is always just super impressive. The only other one I can think of is the Thor one. But it is always super impressive to see the stop motion Lego rap battles. You know how much time and effort go into these. It's really amazing. So hats off to Epic Rap Battles. And I think there's another team that comes in that helps them with these. So hats off to those guys. Really, just well done already. I'm going to say that because I know it's going to be amazing.
Mike, let me fire up the wand like Hermione and Ron. I'm about to get it on, cause my mouth spits hot like incendio flames. You lukewarm like some Tauntaun remains.
Okay, so Harry's heating up, all right? Even lyrically, he's talking about, you know, like Harry and Ron, I'm about to get it on. Give me the mic. He says, Accio Mike, you know, I'm going to spit like incendio flames. So, you know, he's hyping himself up. He's getting warmed up, you know, like a boxer coming into the ring. You know, he's getting warmed up with his jabs. You know, he's in the corner. He's got his robe on. He's derobing. He's getting ready. He's meeting Luke here in the center of the ring, ready to go toe-to-toe. Even Mad Eye. What are we doing with Mad Eye here? Like, so, you're lukewarm. I had to play on Luke's name early. Okay, so here he comes. Here he comes.
Torn remains. Even the Mad Eye of my man, Alistair Moody, could see a franchise only has 2 decent movies. Such a feeling.
Yeah, 2 decent movies. I take issue with that. I actually did a top 10, or not a top 10, a ranking of the Star Wars movies on this channel. If you want to go check that out, but I disagree with that. 2 decent movies. I'm assuming that he's talking about A New Hope and Empire. I don't care. Look, if you don't like Return of the Jedi, learn to have some fun. Learn to live a little, okay? Star Wars is a little goofy. And if you hate Episode 1 just because of Jar Jar, same thing. Learn to have a little bit of fun. Learn to enjoy yourself a little bit. Don't take yourself so seriously. Episode 1 is a blast, and Darth Maul is one of the coolest villains we've ever seen in the Star Wars franchise at all. Probably second only to Vader. He's amazing. So I take issue, and I said this in the last one I covered, don't throw out a diss that has no basis in reality. This one isn't as bad as what I think it was the Joker said about Pennywise's franchise being trash or something. This one isn't quite as egregious because there are those who believe that there's legitimately only 2 decent movies. People do actually believe that. But man, Revenge of the Sith, man, I know it's an emotional movie, but Revenge of the Sith is a crazy good film too. So, you know, I'm not giving him points for that because I blatantly disagree. I don't think there's a strong enough basis to say that the whole franchise only has 2 decent movies. And then you got like Rogue One and the anthology films too. There's you know. Anyway, all right, here we go. Let's back it up. So no points for that one. No points.
Your franchise only has 2 decent movies. Such a feeling.
Swing and a miss.
You sense deja vu. You're getting smoked like your Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru.
Ooh, okay, all right. Now he's cooking, and no pun intended on Uncle and Owen and Aunt Beru. Yeah, Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. No pun intended, but he's starting to cook now. I like that. Okay, all right. That's a bit of a low blow, and I like the low blows. I like them a lot. I like it when the rappers get dirty and they're not afraid to cross those lines. You know what I mean? That's a pretty good one. That's a strong punch. So I will say that Luke came out and he tried to make a haymaker with the 2 decent movies lines, but I think Luke deflects that pretty easily. But then he lands one talking about the Ant-Man.
Only has 2 decent movies. Such your feelings. You sense deja vu. You're getting smoked like your Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. Your acting is flat and your raps are 2D2. Fuck her off to the afterlife where you're fat and see-through.
Oh! I liked every bit of that. Hang on. I need to hear that again.
Owen and Aunt Beru. Your acting is flat and your raps are 2D2. Fuck her off to the afterlife where you're fat and see-through.
Okay. your acting is flat. Your raps are 2D2. So that's a pun. That's solid writing. It's a reference to the franchise. It's a double entendre. That's genius writing. This is the stuff that I love from epic rap battles. When they get in this kind of a bag with that kind of writing, that's genius. R2D2. So obviously R2D2. Your raps are flat, or no, your rhyming. What does he say? Your acting is flat and your raps are 2D2, so they're flat. They're two-dimensional. Your raps aren't complex. Your raps are terrible. So he's dissing him. He's referencing the movies. He's showing off his pen, his writing ability, and he lands the punch too. You know, the way his delivery is strong right here too. He's coming with a lot of passion. Harry's angry, and y'all know if y'all read the book, if y'all read the books or if you watch the movies, you know when Harry's mad, that's when he does his best work. He sounds angry, he sounds offended, he sounds upset, and I like the passion and energy that he's coming with. That's a genius. And then at the end, to round it off with how he ended up, you know, fat and see-through, which is the Luke Skywalker that just none of us like, and you know, poor Luke. He just got done dirty in those sequels.
On the roof, your acting is flat and your raps are 2D2. Welcome to the afterlife where you're fat and see-through. You're the biggest letdown in your series since Snoke. It makes sense your father's Vader. All you do is choke.
Whew, he's going after him. Okay, Luke's landing a lot of punches here. At first, almost eye rolled at the whole, what do you say, you're the worst, you're the biggest letdown since Snoke. I almost eye rolled at that because like I was like, oh, that's another one where like there's no basis of that because Luke's a fantastic character. But no, he's saying that you fell off. He's saying that where your character ended up by the end was the biggest letdown since Snoke, and that's true. Snoke was built up to be this huge thing and got cut in half, and then Luke, who had an amazing journey through the originals, just shows up as this fat, cranky old guy who doesn't want anything to do with the Force and really doesn't have much of a. He never really makes his comeback either. He shows up for one big fight and he's not even really there, and then he just dies. And so no, that's solid. That's solid. And he said something else here too. It makes sense. Your father's Vader. All you do is choke. Okay, that's a play on Vader. All right. I don't know in what instance particular that Luke Skywalker ever choked in a big moment, but still showing how he ended up in the sequels. It's a really smart line. Yeah, that one hit pretty solid.
Country bumpkin, you must be dumb. Who farms moisture on a desert planet with two suns? Let me stick my plan.
Actually, I'm taking points there too, because that actually makes a lot of sense. You would want to farm something that is scarce so that people have it. So actually, it makes a lot of sense. If you were good at it, if you were in a spot where you could draw quite a bit of water and you could actually farm water, you could actually make a lot of money because, you know, high demand, low resource. You know, it's like oil. You know, if you're in the right place with the water and you could actually farm water on a desert planet with two suns, you would have a very valuable asset. So not a very good punch there, I don't think. I understand what he was going for. But if you really break that one down and think about it, that's not a very bright. Of course, Harry was never. He should have let Hermione write this one for him. This rap wasn't real good. I think Hermione has been writing his raps because they've been really smart and really clever. Harry or maybe Ron wrote this one. I don't know, but it wasn't very good.
Who farms moisture on a desert planet with two suns?
Actually, it's very smart.
Stick my plans in your dusty bin droid. I'll leave you like a Horcrux, split up and destroyed.
Okay, that's the end of his verse. Okay, not a great ending, but I will say 2 or 3 heavy punches thrown. A good verse, a good start for Harry.
I don't know who made you shoot first, but that missed. If I was you, I'd have a bad feeling about this. Ooh, I'm a rhyming Jedi like my father before me. Your talking hats should have put you in Gryffindor.
Okay, let me run that back real quick. There's a couple things here.
But that missed. If I was you, I'd have a bad feeling about this.
Okay, real quick. He did have some that missed. So I get what Luke's doing. He's coming in cool because he did take some on the chin. There's no doubt Luke took some on the chin in that round. So he's coming in cool to try to settle the crowd. You can't like get riled up, because then it's like, oh no, he got to him. He's in his head. But Luke's like, he's playing off cool. He's like, you shot and you missed. And he's saying that, also referencing lines from the movies about who shot first with Han Solo, and then having a bad feeling about this is something that's said in every Star Wars movie except for one, I think.
Ooh, I'm a rhyming Jedi like my father before me. Your talking hats should have put you in Gryffindor.
Also, another reference to the movies. I'm a Jedi like my father before me is something that Luke said in the movies. in episode 6, I believe. And so a reference to that. But he also says, I'm a rhyming Jedi like my father before me, referencing back to one of probably the most popular epic rap battles, Vader versus Hitler. And so in which Vader ultimately probably dominated. All three of those, debatable that he won all three, but certainly won, I would say, 2 out of the 3. But anyway, no heavy punches here. He's just setting the stage. So Harry did the same thing. He came out. He kind of got warmed up a little bit before he started throwing the haymakers. Luke's setting the stage here.
Your origin story is mostly stolen from me. You might be Potter, but Harry, I planted your seed. Let's see. Little orphan raised by relatives in solitude suddenly gets taken under wing of funky wizard dude. Learns that he's been destined to have powerful gifts, but between the two of us, I think I got the coolest.
Nah. That was actually really dope. That was really dope. And not only was it smart, the writing and just the diss to Harry. Not only was it smart,
you might be Potter, but Harry, I planted your seed. Let's see, little orphan raised by.
It's genius, the setup too, showing Luke and his family, Harry and his adopted family, both adopted
Relatives
orphans.
in solitude suddenly gets taken under wing of funky wizard dude. Learns that he's been destined.
Dumbledore and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and so learned that he's been destined to do. Look, it's really smart. The setup's really smart. Also, a pretty heavy punch, because though I've read the Harry Potter books many times, seen all the movies, I've grew up on Star Wars, grew up on both these franchises, seen it all a lot. Not something I ever really thought about is how close these stories are together. So, that's really genius. So hats off to the Epic Rap Battle guys for putting this comparison together. Rapping is so difficult when you want to say something like this, because you not only have to say it, but you have to say it in a complex rhyme while also making it sound like a punch. So you got to come with the right energy. You got to, you don't want it to come off as like cringy. So you got to come with the right energy. Your writing's got to be really good. You want the rhyme scheme to be complex, and all of that hits here for a solid punch to the face. He doesn't say anything crazy. He's just calm, cool, and collected, and he delivers it very, really intelligently. How he brings this about.
Relatives in solitude suddenly gets taken under wing
I
of
really
funky
like
wizard
this.
dude.
I like this a
Learns that
lot.
he's been destined to have powerful gifts, but between the two of us, I think I got the cooler stick.
And then he ends with a cooler stick, and he does have. I mean, the lightsaber is cooler than a wand. I mean, there's no way to, like, if even as a kid, if you wanted to pretend to be a Jedi and you pulled out the lightsaber and you went to swinging and slashing at people, that's dope. But even as a kid, you pull out a stick and you're like waving it around and saying Expelliarmus, and stuff like that. Like, there's no way to look cool doing that. There's just not. I'm sorry. In the movies, it looks cool because they have like magic and stuff flying out and special effects. But at home, this is the cooler stick. There's no doubt in my mind the lightsaber much cooler than the wand. So capped off a brilliant rhyme scheme, a brilliant pin game with a nice little punch, a little jab right there at the end. I like it.
My mic saber cuts through you so slicey. Leave you on the floor like an arm at most icely. Hit you with the wampa raps, I get icy. Land him in your face like that'll do nicely.
Hey, man, I don't know. He didn't really say anything crazy there, but he changes up his flow, man, and that was just dope. Luke, I like how Luke's energy is so much cooler, so much more collected than Harry's. Harry's coming with a lot of energy, which is great. I'm not dissing that at all. But I like how even as characters, Harry is the more like driven by passion or anger or just a more emotionally driven character. He's been through a lot. And every time he turns around, somebody he cares about dies. And so he's been through a lot of things. He's an emotionally driven character, where Luke is a Jedi who has learned to master his emotions. And so being calm, cool, and collected is right in his wheelhouse. And so I love it. And that change, man, that flow switch was dirty. It's so cool, man. Hey, man, I don't know, I'm just vibing.
My mic saber cuts through you so slicey. Leave you on the floor like an arm at most icy.
Yeah.
Hit you with the wampa raps, I get icy.
That's dope.
Land him in your face like that'll do nicely.
And I love, hey, man, Han come in with the ad lib right there. That'll do nicely. Hey, I can't do Harrison Ford, but hats off to them for giving it a shot. That was pretty cool.
X-Wing to save a planet from massacre. You fly a broom like some kind of magical janitor. Your double dweeb army likes to think that you're the best. All you did was use your mom like a bulletproof vest.
The death.
Oh! Oh, I was just about to... hang...
Janitor, your double dweeb army likes to think that you're the best. All you did was use your mom like a bulletproof vest.
Sometimes you just gotta take a pause. That was dirtier than anything Harry threw in the first round. It was dirtier than Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. It was dirtier. It was the dirtiest thing that has been thrown in this battle so far. And I was just about to say Luke hasn't thrown anything crazy. I was just about to say Luke has hit a lot of like jabs, and his pin game's really cool. His flow's really cool. I like his style, but I think Harry has hit, he had 2 or 3 big hits in his round. And he goes into like this dorky dweeb thing, and like, yeah, there's a lot of jabs there, and I love what he's doing. He's showing how much cooler being a Jedi is than being a wizard, and he's setting all this stuff up, and it's brilliant. It's cool. But I was just thinking, like, he needs to come with something big, and then he caps off. You'll not forget a round either. Like how Harry's big punches were in the middle of the round, and then he ended and kind of flat. Something about throwing him in the trash droid, and stuff like that. It wasn't crazy. But you end it in a way that people are going to remember that round, and that was dope. That was awesome. Round 1, all things considered, I think it's tight, y'all. I think it's really close, but I think Luke was a little more flavorful. I like he gave us a little bit of everything. There was some good punches. There was some good jabs throughout. There was a flow switch that was pretty dirty. He had really good riding, and then he ended just with a haymaker, over the top Superman punch right to the snout. That rocked Harry, no doubt. If this is a boxing match, Harry he's stumbling back. He's protecting. He's guarding, man. He's got to get his guard up because he's in trouble right now. I'm telling you, that was nasty. Bulletproof, you used your mom. She literally died. She literally took the bullet for him. Literally took the bullet for... Man, that hurts. That's dirty. That's dirty.
The death of my mother saved the wizarding race. Your mum died of heartache when she saw your face.
That's a rebuttal. That's how you... Oh, man, he took the biggest punch from Luke right there. Your mom died of a heart attack when she saw your face. I mean, that's not exactly what happened, but it is pretty much what happened. And it takes the sting immediate. That's how you rebuttal. Immediate. Harry said, okay, that's the biggest punch around. I felt it. It hurt. But wait a minute. How did your mom die? Because my mom went out a hero. And your mom died in childbirth because she was upset that Vader put the chokehold on her. That he went to the dark side. Okay, all right. We got to get back in it.
Swamp school dropout, it's too whiny to rhyme. At least when I slither in a sister, she isn't mine. I'm the boy.
Oh, that's a good one too. Okay, yeah, Luke, he kissed his sister. He did, and Harry hooked up with a sister, but it wasn't his sister. It was Ron's sister. Did I miss something else in there? Swamp school dropout. All right, here we go.
Your mum died of heartache when she saw your face. You swamp school dropout, it's too whiny to rhyme. At least when I slither in a
He is
sister,
whiny.
she isn't
He does have that
mine.
voice.
I'm the boy who lived, bestseller without equal. I'll split you like your fan base's feelings about the prequels. Sequels, boy.
And I was talking about that a second ago. That's fact. That's fact. He'll split you like the fan base's feelings about the prequels. That's fine. That's fair. That's a fair diss.
I'll split you like your fan base's feelings about the prequels. Sequels, boy.
And they're kicking the crap out of Jar Jar in the background, which is exactly what I said earlier. That's nuts. That's exactly what I said. If you hate the prequels just because of Jar Jar, just learn to have a little fun. But no, it's fair. It's definitely a fair bar right there. He's landing punches. Harry coming in on the second verse for sure.
Split you like your fan base's feelings about the prequels. Sequels point you back to meet your demise. I'd say you were brilliant, but I must not tell lies. I left JK straight rolling in cash. You let JJ compact your character to trash. So go on.
good play on J.K. Rowling, and then throwing in J.J. and what he did to Luke's character. Yeah, that was a good play. It was a good punch. I think it's simple. Its delivery is simple. There's no crazy rhyme scheme here, but just a solid punch.
Brilliant, but I must not tell lies. I left
That's
JK
so.
straight rolling in cash. You let JJ compact your character to trash.
Facts.
So go on, try and force more of your disses. You're like a stormtrooper. Cause all your shit misses.
Oh, that was pretty dope. Oh, it took me a second to register. Go ahead and try to force more of your disses. Double entendre there, because all your stuff misses. All your raps miss. So that was, again, not a heavy-handed ending. Not a heavy-handed ending for Harry, but a devastating round, a good round, a lot of good punches. Everything that he said was a solid punch that round. I have nothing to take away from it. And he had the rebut that was nuts in that round. So, well done. Here we go.
That's right, R2. It does sound like he left all his fire in the goblet. Maybe he will get rescued by an anorexic hobbit.
Okay, Luke. Listen, I let you have an ad-lib from Han. Now you got R2-D2 tagging in. Harry's been doing this by himself the whole way. He's had his crew in the background, but they ain't nobody jumped in for Harry. So you need to watch it, because you're in gray territory here, facing deductions, because you having to get help here. Harry ain't had no help. He's out there by himself. He's a lone wolf. And this ain't even dope. He's just kind of talking. And the punch ain't even crazy. Left his fire in the goblet. I don't know. This ain't looking. Round 2 ain't looking good, Luke. I'm just gonna say it.
That's right, R2. It does sound like he left all his fire in the goblet. Maybe he will get rescued by an anorexic hobbit.
I mean, yeah. Maybe he'll get. Yeah, I get it. But Dobby. Yeah, Dobby saves him a lot, especially in the books. More in the books than he does in the movies. Dobby saves him a lot. So, it's fine. It's fine. It's nothing crazy. All right, let's see what's happening.
I think it's pretty clear that you and I are pretty different. My drive's hyper, your drive's privet. I've got more rhymes than sand grains on Tatooine. You couldn't pull in the wind with a tractor beam. I crushed an empire, a galaxy large. I blew up the Death Star, you blew up Aunt Marge. I popped you where Poppy can't be healing you.
What?
Like a great disturbance in the force, I'm not feeling you.
Hold up now. What did he say? I pop you.
Aunt Marge, I popped you where
I'll pop you where Poppy Pomfrey.
Poppy can't be healing you. And like
Okay.
a great disturbance in the force, I'm not feeling you. Death would eat you up with
Okay, he's doing a lot of cool stuff, and again, I like Luke's flow a lot, and he sounds like he's starting to get a little more aggravated. You see, he's got I don't remember if he was wearing the dark suit before, he's kind of got that Return of the Jedi vibe going, where he comes in a little bit darker. Luke hits him with a force choke at the beginning of Return of the Jedi. But anyway, he comes in a little bit darker here, and he does feel like his emotions are getting to him. Maybe he got in his head a little bit on that last one, talking about your mama dying of heart attack. That was pretty rough. But he hadn't said nothing crazy. Like, they're fine. Like, it's fine. It sounds cool, but he's not saying anything great.
where Poppy can't be healing you. And like a great disturbance in the force, I'm not feeling you. Death would eat you up without Hermione and luck. Because your own skills, Wingardium Leviosa, suck. You're a
That's a good one. Okay, I like that punch. That was a good punch. Hermione, Luck, Dobby. He's kind of, I said he hadn't said nothing much, but I think the overall mechanic here, his overall scheme, is kind of picking apart Harry's mythos here. A lot of this stuff on the surface, just for line, isn't crazy. But if you step back and look at this verse as a body of work, where he's really picking apart everything. He talked about, Dobby at the beginning saving his butt. Now he's talking about Hermione and Luck and his own skills, and then he has like a flip on Wingardium Leviosa, and I like how he's dropping the Death Eaters with the Force in the background. So, he's saying, really, what did you do, Harry? Because it seemed like to me, all your friends are the ones with all the talent, with all the skills, and you don't do nothing by yourself. You can't handle business on your own. You can't stand on your own 2 feet, which is a strong diss. It's a strong diss for Luke, but also Luke's the only one who's gotten help in this rap battle. So I can't quite give him the full blow on that one. I can't. It would be beautiful. It would be amazing, but Luke's the only one who's gotten help. So he's right. He's right. But his own ad-libs are kind of stopping him from getting as much points as he might get here.
Firstly, but worse, and I'd rather hurt nerfs than have to endure your third verse. Have you heard rap before?
Okay. I think it was cool. I think it was brilliant. I think the writing is smart. But Harry's verse was just as good. Every line came with a pretty decent punch. He had the one crazy rebuttal. Round 2 is going to Harry. So right now we're even. All bets are off. I'm guessing there's probably only 3 rounds. So, winner take all right here. Harry better come with something.
Have you heard rap before? That was not dope at all. Maybe have Goldie Balls show you the protocol. But I bet you're just distracted. You got a lot on your plate. On one hand, the rebellion. On the other hand, oh wait.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Not crazy, but it's pretty good.
Oh wait, I roll deep and the Weasleys got my back.
This muggle sucks more hole than the blood.
No, Harry, you were doing just fine. You were doing so good, and here now you got the Weasleys coming in. Okay, well I guess it's fair. It's fair because Luke, but that was such a point in your favor that you had done this all on your own, and stood on your own 2 feet in this rap battle, and now you got Ron showing up here. But let's see what happens. It's not points against him because it's all fair because Luke's had help too. So let's see what they got.
Weasley's got my back.
This muggle sucks more hole than the bloody Sarlacc.
We'll rough you up good if you try to step to Harry,
Oh.
mate. You're the least intimidating twin since Mary Kate.
All right, look. The Weasleys are throwing elbows. They got in here. They can't do that. This is a rap battle. They're crossing over. They're throwing bows. They got dirty.
Oh wait, I roll deep and the Weasleys got
Look, even
my
Harry
back.
threw like a little kick. Yeah, here he comes.
Bloody Sarlacc.
We'll rough you up good if you try to step to
They
Harry.
know it. We'll rough you up good. They in there bullying. They done crossed the line. Somebody distracted the ref. This is like a WWE match. Look like the ref got distracted and the tag team partner slid in with the chair. Oh, over the top. Luke Skywalker's down. And then, slid out and hit the chair. And then the partner comes back in for the 1, 2, 3. They got dirty in this round. I don't blame them. Luke's been tagging in already. But they didn't say anything crazy. They're just like, we'll rough you up. You suck like the Sarlacc. Nothing crazy. So if the Weasleys are going to come in, they should have really said something. Because they actually got like a bar, Harrison Ford got an ad lib. We got beep beep boop from R2D2. They didn't really add anything. So you're having a real tag in right here for your boys, and they didn't really help you out any. They kind of roughed him up a little bit, but that's it.
My back.
This muggle sucks more hole than the bloody Sarlacc.
We'll rough you up good if you try to step to Harry, mate. You're the least intimidating twin since Mary Kate.
Flow like butter beer on Diagon streets. You can find me getting fantastic on these beats. It's over, Luke. I got the high ground advantage. I'll close it like a map. Mischief managed.
Pretty cool reference. Mischief managed to Marauder's map. Not a great round. I'm guessing that's his last round, but that's very beatable. I think. I don't think he said anything real crazy that round. So we'll see. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of like reference. I understand that, and I can't go through and just talk about every single little reference in there. There's a lot of references in there, and that's all fine. But the punches, there were no crazy punches. It's the first verse of this whole thing where there wasn't at least one solid lick thrown. None of that was real crazy. A lot of it was just kind of like, that's fine.
You should have Hagrid fly you home on his moped. If I wanted teenage wizardry, I'd call Selena Gomez. My attack tactics are galactically hardcore. Far more than your goofy little Star Wars. I learned
Star
flow
Wars.
from the best in the biz. Get funky. So all of you that end this.
He said, Yoda, you get in here too. So, okay, all right, look. We got Ron, Fred, and George, and we got Harrison Ford, Han Solo, R2-D2, and Yoda on the other side. Luke, you better not get... That's 3 and 3. If somebody else steps in here, Luke, I'm taking points, because it's too much. It's too much. This is a 1v1. It's too much. Tell Yoda to get in his own rap battle. That'd be a hard one to ride. Yoda would be rapping backwards and stuff. That'd be tough. I want to see that. All right. Anyway, what are we saying? Here? I'm sorry, but these tag-ins is getting crazy.
Galactically hardcore. Far more than your goofy little Star Wars. I learned flow from the best in the biz. Get funky. So all of you that end this is McClunky.
There it was, right there. That's what he was doing. So of you to end this is, what did he say? But he's doing the Yoda. He said, I learned flow from the best. And it's Yoda, so, you know, okay.
Flow
Right.
with the best in the biz. Get funky.
Get
So
funky.
of you, the end this is. McClunky. My Jedi.
So of you, the end this is. Okay, yeah, I got it. That's pretty cool. It's hard to write that. So hats off to the pen game. Nothing crazy. You need a punch here, Luke. You need a punch.
Next on your Imperius. Trip you up like death sticks on Bellatrix. Dead serious. No need.
There it is. There it was. That was the game ender line right there. If Harry doesn't have another go.
My Jedi mind tricks. Put the next on your Imperius. Trip you up like death sticks on Bellatrix. Dead serious.
I'm Bellatrix dead serious. Y'all know that hurt. Y'all know that hurt Harry. It's a double entendre. Playing off Sirius's name, he said, I'm Bellatrix dead serious. I'm dead serious about this rap, but also call me Bellatrix because Sirius is dead. I'm killing it is what he's saying, and I'm serious. And he referenced Sirius Black getting killed by Bellatrix Lestrange. That might be the nail in the coffin.
No need to Expelliarmus. You're heartless in a duel. Call me the Hogwarts Express. I just took you to school. Hold on. Hold on.
Y'all, 1 second. Yo, that was nuts. That was nuts. Honestly, I don't know if it was better than the last. These last two, the Joker and Pennywise, was such a good battle, and then to come in on this one like that was pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome. It was really good. It was a close battle all the way up until the end. I'm sure people are going to disagree with me on this. To me, for my money, I think Luke edged him out right there at the end. I think that dead serious line, I think it was lockstep all the way through. And then Harry's third verse was cool. There was a lot of cool stuff in it. It was fine. The writing was good, but there was no outstanding punch that I could find. There was some fine jabs. There was some fine little stuff. Nothing crazy. He tagged the Weasleys in. I think they let him down because they didn't give him any help. They didn't really say anything that was nuts. He tried to get some help because Luke's been having his boys in. Luke evened it out, pulling Yoda in. I think Yoda had 2 words, get funky and McClunky, so just a few words. And I think he was more help because he threw the oop to Luke. You know what I mean? Like the Weasleys came in and took over and tried to take a couple shots. You know, with the clock running down, they saw the clock running down. They tried to throw up some 3-pointers, some half-court shots. Nothing went in. They couldn't get nothing to fall. Yoda said, let me help out. I'm not going to take over, though. Throw the oop. He said, and Luke Skywalker with the jam! And he jammed it. He jammed it all over Harry. I'm taking Luke for the win. I had a lot of fun. I hope y'all had a lot of fun. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. I'm a small channel, but we're growing. We're growing all the time. I'm super excited about the channel because it is slowly growing. So please, anything you can do to help, like, comment, subscribe, share it to your friends. If you enjoyed it, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much. This has been One Man's Opinion. Thanks.